Hello. Birthday parties are a constant source of income and new business, of course, because everybody has one at least once a year. So, you know, any new ideas we can come up with, any slight variations, anything make it a little bit interesting is always going to be of benefit. And we do a range called Princess for a Day, which has been an interesting one, because when you first look at the range of party products, it's not terribly extensive. We've got quite a few things in there, but it's not massive. And so perhaps coming up with an idea for it was going to be a challenge. So, challenge accepted. Let's see what we can do. It is a nice colour for a start. There's a nice variation of pinks, but it's a sort of soft pink, a peachy pink, rather than you know, a blossom pink or anything like that. So the first challenge we have to do is obviously to match the colour. And what I've done with all of these is to double stuff the pink shade. So what we have is Centrepiece Fashion Peach inside Fashion Pink in some cases, and Fashion Pastel Matte Pink in other cases. So we've got that little variation to cope with and to match the shading across the plates and the other elements in the range. So plates, napkins and cups are obviously the main part of the range, but then there are accessories to go with it. And you can see from here that I've included quite a few little extra bits and bobs within, and I'll do that within the table centerpiece that I'm going to put together in a minute. But just to explain what we've got here, this is a pack of little gold tiaras, which are obviously intended for the guests to wear at the event, but they make really nice little accents tucked in and stuck onto a balloon within your design there. There's matching confetti, so if you wanted to do a confetti balloon, then that would match in perfectly as well. And then there's this photo booth kit, which I did pass over a couple of times, and then suddenly dawned on me that there would be quite a few elements within there that could be used as well. So this one here, the Princess for a Day, features in there, and there are others that I'll point out as we go through. So those are the three pieces I've taken out of the actual range itself. But the nice thing about it is that it coordinates with a lot of other ranges that we have. So I'm using the little tiny fans from the paper fan garland here. I'm using the bigger fans and the tissue fans and the streamer and a couple of other bits from the decorating kit. And these I haven't used, but will all also match in as well. Larger paper fans here, dot garlands, and obviously happy birthday balloon phrase. All of these will tie in with everything else and then give you lots and lots and lots of scope and opportunity to really make your design sing. So we've got here a hoop design, really quite simple and obvious. The difference here is that I've, rather than cover it with twisted 260s or garland of 5-inch or any of the sort of standard ways of doing it, I've just used inflated 260s and attached them to the outside, inside and front edge of the hoop with glue dots. Really simple, but it gives a nice clean look to it. Super shape iridescent swan, and I'm going to mirror that with the mini shape iridescent swan in the centerpiece. And then, as I said, some accessories from the various ranges we've got and a few little twists to go with it. So it's a very simple design, the centerpiece. We have two clusters of 4 5-inch balloons. These are inflated to 4.5 inches and these to 3.5. I've got a small weight that I've tucked inside the 5-inch reflex gold so that it disappears into the design and isn't obvious. Just going to wrap that into there. And then this cluster, before I attach it, I'm going to wrap it around the stem of the balloon. That will give us a really solid fixing, so that the mini shape doesn't flap around, it will sit really firmly. So just twist it around the tail, wrap your tail through the balloons a few times, maybe another twist to lock it in place, so that the swan is sitting really tightly onto that cluster there, really nice and firm, no room for movement. And then this can sit on the top of here, pull up one of the necks and just then wrap it around to lock it in place. And there's your basic design to start with, which we'll now just trim up. So I'm going to add in one of these little fern fronds. Now if you look at the inspiration for the thing, and it's where it's all come from, it has little flowers and ferns and palm leaves in gold and pink at the base, under the swan and under the castle, on every piece of it. So the flower is picked up here, and then we've added in these little fern fronds. The bigger palm one here, if you need to know how to do that, please refer to one of the other videos on the Amscan Decorator Hub. Just go to amscan.co.uk and click on the big button on the home page, and there's a tutorial video on there that will show you how to make those. This one though, I'll do as we go. So I have a Reflex Gold 260, giving it a bit of a stretch just to soften it first, and I'll inflate it about halfway. About there. Tie it off. A little bit of air out to soften it first. Tie it off like that. Make a nice tight knot. Don't pull it like this. Put your finger and thumb there between the knot and the neck. Pinch hard and pull. That will give you a nice tight knot without damaging the balloon, and then you can take the neck off so that the tip of the frond is tidy. Twist a little bubble for the tip, and then a small bubble like so, and pinch twist it. So pinch the two ends of the bubbles together like so. Squeeze to soften it, another small bubble, another pinch twist. And that is the beginning of the frond there. So now we need another bubble, pinch to soften, twist, and then two more pinch twists. You can grade the shape of the frond by increasing and decreasing the sizes of the pinch twists as you go. There we go. And then you just progress down the balloon to make it however large or small you want it to be. Just give it a little squish in between every twist, because that way it softens the balloon, makes it easier to work with. I think one more, actually no, probably not. I think that might do. We need a longer one and a shorter one. So I think that will probably be okay. So I'll just leave a little bit for a stem. Twist, twist, twist. Remove the excess and tie it off. And then we can push them into the design. So we'll have one here. Just pull the end of the balloon through the design and wrap it around to keep it in place. So one there, and the beauty of these of course is that you can curve them and twist them into any shape you want to make them sit properly. I'll just tie this one off as well. And that one can go under there. like so. And then I just need to add some extra details with the little fans. Once I've got it sitting the way I want it. And we will use glue dots to attach these. And I'm going to put one there. So just glue dot on the fan, tuck it in between the balloons, and it will hold nicely. That one can go there. And this one just underneath there. Like so. Yeah. The little tiara, I'm going to sit on the front. Again, 2 glue dots, one on either end. One there. And one there. Balloon bond works equally well if that's what you have. And then finally, this is a small crown from the photo booth kit, and I'm going to tuck that in through the centre. Oops, oh dear, just there. Fortunately that's at the back, we'll ignore it, I'll replace it later. There's the design, not terribly affected, at least as far as your point of view is concerned, by that burst. So if you are poking things in, do make sure they're not sharp. It's a bit of a schoolboy error, but yeah, they happen. Centrepiece there, we're going to add to it just a small bouquet of helium balloons. So I've got a 12-inch reflex gold, and I've just added another one of the photo booth elements there, taken the stick off it of course, and then just stuck it on there. This is a double stuffed fashion pink with fashion peach blush inside, and this is metallic rose gold heart from Anagram, and it's the right shade of pinky goldy colours to fit in with everything else. And we'll just take this bouquet here, wrap it through the balloons, and I'm going to leave those curls out to the side here just to balance the fans over there. There you have it. It's very, very simple, but it's got enough little extra details in there to keep it interesting. Quick and easy to put together, but interesting and therefore quite valuable. And then one other element that I've put together here is just a flying thing. So this is the garland from the decorating kit. There's enough within there for you to do 4 or 5 of these. There's quite a lot of this in the kit, so it's really useful as a balloon string. This is an 18-inch balloon, double stuffed again with the peach blush inside, pastel matte pink. A couple of palm fronds, little fan, just so that everything ties together. And then down at the base, I've used one of the larger fans, which is heavy enough to act as a weight. Larger fan, smaller fan, little tiara, small cluster of balloons, swan from the decorating kit. So we've got 3 different elements that all pull together, and in combination with all the other elements from the different ranges, gives you lots of scope to really create an interesting decor for the party.